Hi, I'm Bob Scolnik, your host for today. We're featuring READ Muskegon. If you could give us a sense of the scope of the illiteracy crisis in our county.
When I first started, and people would throw out all of these statistics about the adult illiteracy issue, I thought, oh, they're just blowing that out of proportion because they're trying to make this seem like a really important issue. There's no way 1 in 6 adults in our country are functionally illiterate. That means 1 in 6 means over 21,000 in Muskegon County. Adults functionally illiterate means they're reading below the 4th grade level. And if we know that in 3rd grade you're not reading at grade level, you are more likely to end up incarcerated than you are graduating from high school.
Just describe why you're passionate about literacy and READ Muskegon.
As an attorney, I see day in and day out that the vast majority of our defendants who stand before the court can't read. And we see the connection between illiteracy and crime. We know that if people don't learn to read by the 3rd grade, they're unlikely to ever develop those skills, at least at grade level. At READ Muskegon took a risk. READ Muskegon decided that we were going to invest in people in our communities that a lot of other people throw away. We recognize that the people in our jails are citizens, their parents, their mothers, their fathers, their brothers, their sisters. And when they come out of jail, they're still mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters living in our communities. And we want them to be successful so that they won't return. So READ Muskegon works with the Exit program to provide literacy programs. We literally go into the jails and teach the inmates.
Tell me about how the things you teach in class help your students manage their lives better.
My big goal as a teacher isn't just to inflate my students with knowledge, but it's always to equip them for the real world. I want to teach them to be self-sufficient and to be learners on their own and take responsibility for their learning. I even had one guy, not even 24 hours after he got out of jail, turn in a book report to me at READ Muskegon. He was willing to still turn this book report into me after he was out, and it was no longer really a responsibility of his.
How do you see literacy impacting your work in human resources?
Every day. Every day I look at applications that aren't filled out properly, and we find that we have associates that can't read well, which trickles down to the child that in turn can't read well. So it's an overall issue. Being right in the center of what I call a revitalization of Muskegon Heights is key. It's in walking distance. They're partnered with the school systems, partnered with the mayor, so partnered with the city. It's great. I'm excited that it's in Muskegon Heights.
It's a joy, Melissa, to watch my children read. I actually had to repeat 1st grade because I was so ashamed of just reading, period. So that's when I knew I had a problem with reading. By high school, I was in special education. I always struggled. My tough spot was when I had my children. Looking at them, knowing that I struggled coming up, I did not want that for my children. So that's what gave me the courage to reach out to READ Muskegon. But I'm just thankful, and I'm learning to be patient, and everything will come in due time.
In Muskegon County, there is a need for an organization to be the hub in order to ensure that all of the literacy efforts can be reached. No one organization can do it on their own, but there has to be a place to call home. There has to be a launching pad. And I see READ Muskegon as that launching pad. So if you can't volunteer, we would love for you to send a check. And if you can't send a check, we would love for you to volunteer. However someone can get involved, what we really just ask is that you do get involved and help us do this great work.